big ideas go right across the whole school.
The buzz for us is that the schools that are on that cutting edge and innovating, we are all facing the same dilemmas. And so the chance now to work with a group of people, of like-minded people, there's a real buzz in us wanting to collaborate with them.
Stand up and make a circle around the room.
My name's David Jolliffe, Coordinator for Learning Frontiers Adelaide Hub.
So the students 8, 9 and 10 do units of work that integrate.
Today is really about bringing the old in with the new.
And is that measurable by data sets?
The group that had started last year, connecting them to a group that we started a few weeks ago, ending up with the Learning Frontiers Network Adelaide Hub. Learning Frontiers' focus is about the issue of engagement of kids in their learning.
Exciting journey.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Steve Hicks, I'm the principal at Birdwood High School.
Andrew Stone, I'm from the Australian Science and Maths School.
Catherine Lockhart, I'm at Woodcroft College.
Julie Hopkinson, and I'm principal at Prospect North Primary School.
One of the things I love about this process is it's an opportunity, rather than schools coming to learn from us, it's here's our next frontier, come and learn with us. And that's been a huge step forward to us.
We've been involved in the project from the beginning and have worked through trying to make some sense of where we go with innovation and how we work with the original schools. Really, it's the starting point that you have and where you move to. But we're all aiming for very similar things where students are more empowered and involved in their learning.
Our school is 25 years old. Schooling is very different now than it was 5 years ago and certainly 25 years ago. So what can we do to improve our students' learning? We have excellent students, very compliant, and so what our exploratory question is how can we provide a safe environment for our students to take risks in their learning?
We started with them being passive. And where we've moved to is how do we move our students on to develop a growth mindset where they're able to articulate their learning and show where they've made progress and be able to talk about it.
We got 3 exploratory questions. Had one team looking at the notion of students co-designing learning, but within that we wanted to ensure there's still intellectual stretch. We've seen in the past where students have been involved in co-designing learning, it becomes low level, you end up with posters on Lady Gaga. We didn't want that. So we had a second team looking at parental engagement in the school, but in a really meaningful way. And then the third group was looking at the senior students in particular and how they're quite isolated when they're removed from their teacher. So how do we connect with those students using social media, etc. So when they've got a problem that they can't solve at 9 o'clock at night, how do they find answers to that?
The process has been very handy. It's enabled us to generate a really good question. The exploratory question that we've got for our school was how can we work with teachers to design an interdisciplinary curriculum to better engage our students? We want to do better than good. We want to make it great, brilliant, amazing, and we've got pockets of brilliance. And I guess what we want to do is make sure that that's everywhere.
So we're looking for evidence to encourage people to get on the train. We're going to share our journey with them as we go along.
What we've got here is you're getting that question validated and checked. Are you really sure? You're on the right track.
How do we measure it? That's our challenge.
This is a really important bit. What do we actually mean by that?
We've got some schools now on board that are going through the same processes that we are, that we're now able to collaborate with, so we're not feeling like we're in isolation. It's great to have diversity, but there's also times where you want to work with people that are like-minded, who you can really get the work done quickly.
One of the biggest challenges, I think, is you've got this goal and then how quickly do you get there? How do you share that and what are the steps along the way?
Staff have worked together to design projects where they have an area of interest and to prototype it and to try it out.
So all teachers are expected to keep their own action research records and have that logged, and they need to have that uploaded onto the shared drive so that all other teachers can see their work and their evidence over time.
Having similar struggles, similar issues and being able to share.
And that's really shaken us up.
I think the breath of fresh air is that you can be in a room with people who have a similar view to you about our need for that change and where you're not having to spend your time convincing people of that need, but where you're talking about, so how will we do it?
Let's see how you go with that.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, this whole learning frontier piece, this is what we should be doing in schools, really focusing on what's that next edge for us.